Hi, my name's Lee Matthews and I'm a physiotherapist, and this is Pilates Rehab Relax. So don't forget, it doesn't cost anything to click the like button, subscribe or leave a comment. It helps me to shape the channel, it helps the channel to grow, and it keeps you up to date with all of my latest content as well. So any of those things are greatly appreciated. Well, today I'm going to take you through some really gentle exercises for your ankle. They'll all be sat in a chair, so you need a nice dining room chair, something that's supportive with a clear space around you. And I'm going to take you through 7 exercises for your ankle that you can do in seated. The first ones will be gentle ones to build on the range of movement. There'll also be a couple that work on developing the strength of your ankle, and we'll finish off by just having a little gentle stretch on there as well. And we're going to be using a little bit of equipment for this one as well. At one point I'm going to be doing some resistance work. You could use a cushion at home. I'm going to use a yoga block to push into. The cushion would be fine. And the other thing that I'm going to be also using is this strap. Again, I'm going to use it for some resistance work, and I use it for doing a calf stretch at the end. So you might have an old belt lying around, a yoga strap would be fine. You might even have some stretchy TheraBand, and that would be perfect as well. So let's get started. So you're sitting in the back of the chair, bringing your legs out in front of you. I want your heels resting on the floor, and let's start by just making some nice circles with those ankles. It's a nice warm-up exercise, just doing some ankle circling. And let's do about 5 in one direction. And then when we've done that, swap directions and do 5 in the other. And relax, that's great. So for the second exercise we're going to do, I want you to bring those heels back directly underneath where the knee is, and the movement we're going to do is lifting the heel up off of the ground, holding for a few seconds, so working our calf muscles with this one, and then bringing the heels back down again, and then lifting up the fronts of your feet, and again holding that for a few seconds, and that will work the muscles on the front of the shin there. So again, lifting the heel up, hold for a few seconds, back down, and then the same with the front of the ankle. So we do 5 of those in a row as well. And all of these exercises are in seated, but you can make this harder by doing it in standing, because obviously then you'd be carrying your whole body weight as well. So the next exercise we're going to do is lifting up the inner borders of the feet, then bringing the feet back down again and lifting up the outer borders of the feet. It's very tempting to move from the knees when we do this one, so if you keep those knees nice and still, so we lift up the insides of the feet, so the big toes both come off of the ground and that inner border of the foot, and then back down again, and then lifting the outsides of the feet up, so the little toe side of the foot comes off the ground. And this is a much harder movement. There's not as much range of movement with this one, but you'll still be getting some benefit from doing that just a little bit. So again, lifting the inner border of the foot. This is a movement we call inversion, and back down again, and then lifting the outer border of the foot, a movement we call eversion. So you keep on going there. 5 of each of these as well, please. And relax. So for the next exercise, we're going to add a little bit of resistance, and the way we're going to achieve that is either by pushing both ankles directly against each other. So I'm going to push the front of my foot, the balls of my feet together, hold for a few seconds and relax. The other way that we could achieve that is with a cushion, or in my case I've got a yoga block here, but again I push the fronts of my feet together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then relax. And again, pushing the fronts of the feet together and hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and relax. And again, push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and relax. And again. And you could do that with the cushion. You could even just push the feet against one another and that would be fine as well. So 5-second holds there. And relax. So I also wanted to do some exercise to strengthen the muscles on the outside of the ankle. One way of achieving that would be by crossing the legs over one another and pushing the little toes against each other and bracing and holding that. But we could also achieve that either by having some stretch band at home if you've got any sort of TheraBand or rubber band. I've got an old yoga strap here. You could use a belt or anything that can just make a loop around the feet there. And what I'm going to do with this, again, I lift up the feet and I'm going to just again try and push those little toes out against that band and hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then relax. And again. So with the stretch band, it allows a slightly more dynamic movement happening there. This is more of an isometric resistance hold here. But they'll all work on building up these muscles on the outside of the ankle. And when you've done 5 of those, you can get rid of the band there. So for the next exercise, we're going to work the ankle through some more resistance, and we're going to do it slightly differently, because now what I'm going to try and do is slide the foot forwards in front of me and push down like I'm trying to squash into the floor, making the carpet as thin as I can, and then back to the middle again, and bringing the foot underneath me this time, and again squashing down, and then back to the middle again. So you could stick to just going out in front of you and pushing down through the floor and back underneath you and pushing down through the floor. But actually what we can also do to make it more interesting is bring the foot out to the side and push down. So it's almost like we're working through the points on a compass. If the middle was where our start position was, we can work all the way around, taking the ankle through lots of different movements and applying resistance as we get towards each of those end positions. And each time we push down through the floor there. And you might find that's more challenging in certain positions, in which case, you know, work more on those areas. So I've done 2 full rounds working to the points on a compass there. So for the last exercise, we're going to do a stretch for our calf muscle. So I want you to bring your bottom forwards on the chair for this one. We're going to have the leg nice and straight out in front of us and take the belt or the luggage strap that you were using earlier, and we'll make like a stirrup underneath the front of the foot there. I'm going to have my knees straight and we're going to pull our toes towards us, and in doing so, it's a nice stretch for the calf muscle. And then relax. And the same again. So you're welcome to do this on both legs. Obviously if one ankle is more of a problem than the other, then that's where your focus should be. And there's lots of ways you can stretch the ankle in standing, but if we're going to focus on seated, that's probably the best way to achieve it. Well, there you go. How was that? That was 7 exercises to help get your ankle moving a bit more, build up some of the muscles and stretch out the calf muscle as well. Hopefully it was helpful. If you wanted to help out with the channel, click like, leave me a comment, and if you want to keep up to date with my latest content, then subscribe. So thanks for watching, see you soon.